Hello the channel. I was going to say something else there. Hello the channel. That's how we start. Hello the channel. Welcome back, everyone. Not a lineup builder for the weekend. Game week's coming thick and fast. A quick look at what's been happening with the gallery as well. Do the usual preview. No Celtic this weekend. It's a cup game. So we're going to miss that in contender, obviously, but have a look at some other stuff under 23s, etc. there as well. So first and foremost, want to have a quick look at the gallery, and sort of suck back into buying some limited cards, etc. But I'll explain myself, and then we'll go from there. So bought a few sort of limited sort of younger players. I think I've said before. I'm kind of gonna go. Hang on, need to move myself. That's better. There we go. I'm over that side now, so you can see the cards. So Perkovic, Balikwisha, Vidovic. A lot of these guys are quite cheap. I mean, it's probably the wrong time of the season to buy them, obviously bonus wise, etc. But I'm figuring that you'll sort of use them in under 23s and or getting them into some of the cash comps, get a wee bit of sort of cash back. Ryuta Koike is just coming back. He's probably the best right back in Japan, so pick him up. Could be a nice wee pairing with Eduardo when he's back from injury, which is really good value. Al Hassan Yusuf, Ondrejka, and Big George Ilin Ihena. I'm not doing pronunciations tonight, right? I'm only on the T, right? I'm not on Guinness, but there we go. So I picked up a couple of guys. Obviously, that's quite good for the overall bonus. You get the extra percent as well in terms of collection scores. Lucas Guttelbauer signed a new long-term deal. He's confirmed to be the number one for next season. Marquinhos picked up with the winnings, so that's a really nice position to be in. Class player, 1 out of 10, plays for Brazil, so should get some summer utility. Last 40 of 61, so just thought it was an insane price. Obviously, he's been injured recently, he's not been doing that well, but it's Marquinhos, he's still only like 29. Joe Hart, well, I figured to get some utility at the end of the season. 1 out of 10, I'll be keeping that as a collection piece myself. Love Big Joe. Good for the overall collection and gives me an extra goalkeeper at the end of the season. Whether or not it'll be worth 100 quid, obviously that's still to be confirmed, but he's worth more to me, being a Celtic fan and all that sort of stuff as well. So anyways, into the predictions, or the stats, best fixtures for the weekend. So Galatasaray, we touched on this in the last video, we'll break it down now into different sort of regions. Galatasaray, really good fixture. I mean, not the best clean sheet percentage, but 46% is actually not too bad. 2.7 expected team goals, pretty high. Braga don't really have any cards. Rijeka, really doing pretty well this season actually as well, 2.41. Leipzig, not the usual to see them up there. Salzburg, Bran, again, Bran don't really have many sort of cards on the platform. Liverpool, so going pretty strong tonight, so that's pretty interesting. Allison, and I got that wrong in the goalkeeper front. I thought Kelleher would play. There we go. Paris Saint-Germain, they should be in good form, you would imagine, after down in Barcelona. Sporting, Benfica. Again, Benfica rotated quite heavily between one of the last games, so we'll see how they get on against Marseille. It looks like they're sort of prioritising that competition, so it depends whether they're in or they're out. Look at the hokey cokey. Chengdu, big Felipe Silva shaggers, come on! Yeah, that's who Felipe Silva plays for. Atletico Bilbao, Fenerbahce, Inter Miami as well. So let's break it down into the different sort of divisions or competitions here. So we'll go champion rather than Premier League. I know the Premier League thing's running, but everybody knows what league these guys play in. So Leipzig we mentioned. Liverpool pretty interesting because it's 2.25 expected team goals. Not very good clean sheet percentage expected, which I'm not surprised about, but Alisson back is pretty important. I mean, it's a guy who can do a sort of 50 or 60 score without actually keeping a clean sheet as well, so that's really interesting. Paris Saint-Germain, will they rotate a lot? That's the interesting thing, I guess. They're still in, so they might want to keep players fresh. And Bilbao, pretty good fixture for them. They'll be buzzing after winning the cup recently and everything as well. Arsenal, that's a real tough one. I mean, they'll be a bit dejected at being out the Champions League, but they've been pretty good this calendar year, especially playing pretty well. So you never know, you might see a reaction there. Stuttgart again been very good. Girona always score goals. Bayern Munich, interesting. The league's over now, so you'd expect rotation. Aston Villa against Bournemouth. That's the derby, isn't it? I think that's the derby. They're playing tonight and they're going to extra time, so that's going to be kind of interesting. Real Madrid again went to Real Madrid Barcelona. That's a great game to have this weekend as well. They look quite tired towards the end of the game, so that's going to be kind of interesting. Both with fixtures, but Real Madrid obviously went to the penalties. Let's not talk about Bernardo Silva's penalty. So clean sheet wise, Bilbao, Lens, Sevilla, pretty interesting. So goalkeeper there's pretty good value. Nice again are not appearing that high up in terms of expected team goals, but nearly 50% clean sheet percentage. Girona actually pretty high, so that's a bit surprising for them. They're more associated with scoring goals. Arsenal are a pretty solid team. I'm expecting a bounce back, but you just never know. I mean, the wheels could just fall off, but I don't think they will. I think they'll fight, and I think that you'll see a reaction there. Juventus, Sociedad, Leo are also playing extra time just now against Aston Villa, so that might well have an effect as well. We'll go into the other regions now as well. So Challenger, it's dead unusual to go into Challenger and be thinking about like Inter Miami and stuff. There we go. So we touched on it, Galatasaray, guys like Icardi, etc. Pretty good game. Mertens been playing pretty well recently as well. Copenhagen aren't licensed, but a few guys there. Sporting and Benfica. Again, if you've got Benfica guys, I think you really want to sort of look and see how they go on tonight. If they're out, then we'll just be full steam ahead in the league, you would have thought. But I suppose there's a small chance of rotation again, depending on what happens. Fenerbahce can't really afford to go too mad. 2 points behind Galatasaray, so we've got a big fixture tonight against Olympiacos. Keep an eye on that. Inter Miami, Nashville have been pretty poor, so I think the goalkeeping position has been uncertain. Walker Zimmerman doesn't look like he'll be back for this weekend, so you would fancy Miami will smash a few past them, unfortunately. Hope Nashville get back on it soon. But they've just been kind of in and out. LA Galaxy there, 2.17 expected team goals. Southampton really played well midweek. Columbus Crew, we've got Porto playing, etc. And other guys further down. What highlight the main fixtures. Clean sheet percentage wise, Porto 55%. Diogo Costa's injured, remember, so he's going to be out. So backup will be going mad at this point probably. Sporting again. So a lot of the high clean sheet percentages are actually in Portugal. Gremio, interesting one there. So Murchison, I think, kept a clean sheet midweek, so seems a pretty reasonable price to me. Obviously a bit older, but all the summer usage. Atletico Mineiro, Fenerbahce, Birmingham, who don't really have many licensed players. Galatasaray actually reasonably high up, so pretty good fixture. Probably round about the best fixture you can see so far. Benfica are still there as well. Last but not least, we'll get into contender. As I said, no Celtic this weekend, which is a shame, but there we go. Rijeka, as we mentioned earlier, 2.41 expected team goals. Red Bull Salzburg, not been that good this season, but still got a lot of talented players. Shandong Luneng, it's got like Vako Kazishvili playing there now, and Chengdu Roncheng. I'm sorry about pronunciations here, it's just very Scottish pronunciations of Shanghai Sip, Beijing One, Sporting Cristal don't have many, don't think it'd be anybody licensed. Zenit, a lot of Zenit cards floating about, I'd imagine, so obviously I'll be using Douglas Santos. Goalies, Kershakov's playing just now, he's a bit cheaper and stuff as well. And then St Etienne have actually been pretty good recently, just to highlight them, just kind of caught my eye. And clean sheet percentages, Paris against Valenciennes, so I think Paris goalkeeper's Nakam Badio. It's easy for me to say after a T. Good young goalkeeper, under 23s next season as well. Ibar, Rijeka we've mentioned, so they're pretty good fixture for them. They're appearing kind of top three of both metrics. Salzburg, Zenit, Chengdu, anyone else really sort of stand out there? Tenerife, I'd like to go for a week there. It's this crap weather. Krasnodar, not bad. So we not around about 50% clean sheet expected percentage is actually not too bad. So there's quite a lot of them there. So there's a bit to sort of go at from an overall point of view. Anyway, into players. So under 23s. This is what I'm sort of picking first. Did actually populate a couple of these earlier. Just was kind of starting to get into the groove and doing this on Thursday as well. Don't want to really get caught out tomorrow doing a Liam Scales injured and changing all the teams. But anyway, so I've picked these and we can discuss them just now. So under 23 limited. So I've gone with Tangvik and Nemchik. Guys I've just picked up recently. So a couple of options. Gutelbauer, reasonable fixture, but the other guy Bonham's been playing. Kavlaina's got Dynamo Zagreb, and I really love Kavlaina. He's put in some good performances in these fixtures, but it's a tough one. Dynamo are sort of really fighting Rijeka, and they've been scoring a few goals recently as well. So go for a double defence, Tangvik and Nemchik. I do think it's a better fixture than it just appears on paper. I think that Nemchik and the other lad that's playing their side there, get the big Norwegian defender. They look not too bad at the back, Rosenborg, so they could do a bit better than the stats suggest. Going for Evgen and Hogga. Again, not got a tremendous amount of choice here, but Bodo are at home. It doesn't look brilliant on paper. Hogga is projected 58, Balikwisha projected 60, so I've kind of gone that way. And again, I'm building out the under 23s again. I didn't really get these guys specifically because I think they've got amazing fixtures for the weekend. I bought Tangvik and Nemchik because we've got summer utility. There's a midweek coming up, I think it's around about 15th of May. Rosenborg play there, got a good fixture. Bodo have got a great fixture. So I'm starting to plan ahead and enjoy buying some limited and stuff as well. Again, under 23s, rare, pretty similar. I mean, Balikwisha is, I think, one of the reasons I'm picking guys like this weekend is just think, okay, you've got Musiala, you've got Vinicius Junior up there. Vinicius Junior came off. I don't know if it was cramp or he was injured or whatever. You'd imagine he'll play against Barcelona, but Real Madrid went to extra time, done a lot of chasing against Man City. It's not a brilliant fixture for Real Madrid. It's a big fixture, but not brilliant for SO5. So going for Trubin and Silva again. Game's not until Monday. Seems a pretty good fixture on paper. We'll see what happens tonight, or if there's any news they might rotate. Balikwisha, I've gone for Hogga again. Again, just kind of try to avoid the big teams after the Champions League. And Thiago Almada at home has a pretty high expected score there as well. So in the 60s. And they are pretty decent at home at Atlanta. And then we've got the under 23 Super Rares, taking a chance in Kresma playing. I think with Sporting, we'll see if he plays. I'll need to do a wee bit of research into that, see if he's likely to get his chance. Maybe not, but again, a couple of teams not playing this weekend as well. So Akoi, Hogga and Evgen and combo, and Nico Serrano back scoring as well. Kresma to be reviewed, and then we've got some other teams we need to pick as well, obviously over and above that. Again, not complaining, but so we're going to moan rather than complain. So it's a hard weekend for me personally because no Celtic. Also, Ulsan had a fixture and it's been postponed because they're in the middle of the semi-final against Yokohama in the Asian Champions League. So I didn't realise that actually, but it's been put back as well. So it's going to be tough in a lot of these divisions. So I'm not going to labour it and spend a lot of time going over things because, for example, in-season contender, is a competition really I'm always attacking with Celtic, but I just don't have enough in-season options, So Mandrea is the only goalkeeper, and then I'm getting into sort of dregs and not guys that are even that fancy to play, and no forward, for example. So I don't really want to use that top division or lose that top division type entry. So we'll start with Contender Classic. I think that's probably a good place to start. Contender Classic Super Rare, and we'll see what we can kind of get out, or maybe it might be better just to play the All Star actually and see if we can use one of the Super Rares. That's probably a better idea. You throw this thing with divisions, yeah, just play the All Star. Let's do it. Probably give a good overview of the scores and available players and stuff as well. So Coy we've already used, Leschuk got dropped, Courtois injured. Alisson's an interesting one, so could actually be going with him in champ now, so that's kind of interesting. It's really tough to call the sort of situation with Nashville and Inter Miami's not really the game for it. Guess I could use Mandrea there. That's kind of interesting one. Seems to have a reasonable fixture as well, so let's see, estimated 53 is not too bad. What's the clean sheet percentage? 33, it's pretty low, isn't it? Not really feeling a lot of the fixtures this weekend, honestly. Like, I'm just not, I don't know, it's a weird one. Defender wise, so Virgil's appearing quite high up there, which is not a surprise. They're obviously real battle for the league now, so Liverpool are going to have to go for it. I'm not doing very well here, am I? I do apologise, we're jumping about here, sorry. I'm going to actually play a strong champion looking at that, because I think that will narrow it down a bit as well, right, in terms of so not going to be in classic season champion. Yeah, I think that's a good idea because I just said so. So we can go with the Liverpool defensive stack, which probably not going to win anything, but you never know. This weekend could be the weekend. Sanderberg Unique would only play as a super rare there. I think Arsenal will bounce back. What do the stats gods say about the midfield projections? So help if I change it to Champion Classic. I think it'd be better these videos by now. Danny Parejo, that's an interesting one. I really kind of want to actually use a bit more Danny Parejo, and I think Almeria is a good one to use against. Then we've got Griezmann to use as well, which is pretty interesting. Felipe Anderson coming into the fold, and then we need one more as well. I suppose Declan Rice. You'd imagine Arsenal are just going to go full hog now. Well, there's nothing else to play for, haven't they? Yeah, estimated 70. That's actually pretty good. So that's the choice there. You've got to captain Griezmann. So yeah, I'm happy with that actually. Happy with that. We'll pick some rare lineups, and then I think we'll have a wee look at limited again. Again, I'm really enjoying being back in limited. In all honesty, it's good fun to be back involved. Let's do a challenger rare team, because classic season, patience is a virgin. Ooh. Let's get Messi into the virgin team. That's what we'll do. I'm sure he's not a virgin looking at that Antonella one that he's pumping. Sorry. Did I say that out loud? Talking about Messi's wife. I'm going to get myself barred from YouTube here, aren't I? YouTuber talks about Messi's wife. Bloody wish, eh? Right. So let's get a team in here. Contender Classic. So goalkeepers wise, again, it's a Tribune thing, right? Tribune's got the best fixture by the looks of it. Guess I could use Angus Gunn at home as well. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get some real cash comps on the go this weekend, so that wouldn't be the worst thing to do to sort of de-risk the situation with Tribune in case he's rotated again. I know he was rotated last weekend, but just never know. I suppose Benfica are far more reliable in terms of getting a clean sheet. It's a tough one. Probably going to put Angus Gunn in just now. Defender wise, so again, Antonio Silva's a natural combination there, but already used Tribune in the 23s and stuff as well. Bardacci's quite an interesting one, coming back into form. Galatasaray, top of the league, really good team. Clean sheet percentage 45%, quite high there as well. So that's kind of interesting. Might actually play Bardacci. Quite low down in terms of the averages actually, but Pendixbor are a bit poor. Fenerbahce does Tadic rotate. Carles Gil, I can't really bring myself to trust him at the moment. That's the problem. But he's just such a good player that you think that it's going to happen. And then it's got to be the deadly duo, isn't it? Messi and Suarez. I'm going to keep the faith with Gil. I mean, the Revs are pretty poor, but Toronto are not really up to much either. Middle of the park's high projected score. Obviously, that takes into account stuff like the team you're playing against, things as well. So there we go. Patience is a virgin with a Messi captain. Can we go all the way with the virgin team? Can we do it? Can we take Patience as a virgin to the holy grail of winning? We'll see. It will be another fun one to pick out. We've done the under 23s. Don't want to be a huge video tonight because everybody's going to be fed up actually watching me by this point. So, and I know there's loads of other good stuff on the go as well. I think we'll just leave it at that. Get fed up listening to myself at this point as well. 20 minutes is enough. Done the preview, through the gallery, all that type of stuff. There's no Celtic on. We've got nothing to talk about. This is a disaster. Anyway, if you got to this point, thanks very much for watching. Like and subscribe, please, if you did enjoy the video as well. Please put in some comments if you get any good or bad feedback about how crap the video is. Hopefully that was useful in terms of setting up your own lineups for the weekend. Do appreciate everybody watching. I'm going to go away and watch the end of the Liverpool-Atalanta game. And if you're playing this weekend, good luck and go fuck.